Well, good afternoon, everybody. Let's take a look at that fog this morning out in Kingsville. It was thick. I mean, it was down to 1/8 of a mile or less in many locations, including right here in Kingsville. And morning rush hour, well, at least it was Sunday morning, wasn't a big rush, but it's really warmed up nicely, up to 75 degrees, calm winds right now. If you take a look over in Beeville, still beautiful out there, 71, a light northwest wind. And we're looking downtown in Corpus Christi, calm winds 72, just a few thin high clouds, and that's it. It's not going to stay that way, though. We did make it down to 43 degrees this morning, all the way up to 75 this afternoon. Simply glorious out there. Now, if you're heading out in a boat or something out on the coast, well, the beach and boating forecast is looking awfully nice for tomorrow. And you can see Monday high in the upper 60s and east-southeast wind 5 knots, smooth bays, 2-foot seas, and virtually no rip current risk out there. Water temperature out at Packery Channel 63 degrees. Now, look at the big picture here. High pressure kind of settled in over the state at the surface, and that's bringing low humidity, clear skies, just gorgeous conditions. And you zoom on in, you can see the clarity of the atmosphere is looking real nice. Really nice night to take a good look at that planetary conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter. They're getting very, very close. Now, tomorrow is going to be the conjunction. It'll be almost imperceptible to see the difference between the two, just a bright star-looking appearance out there. That'll be gorgeous just after sunset in the southwest horizon. 50s and 60s over much of the state. A few 70s down south. That's in our area. You're still seeing the 70s over much of the region. Very, very nice evening out there. Here's that high pressure. Notice a slow east-northeastward drift, and as it gets on into the Tuesday time frame, you see that warm, moist air beginning to return, and you see, in response to that, some cloud material beginning to come back into the picture here. Tonight, still a chilly one out there. We're looking at temperatures down into the middle 40s, even lower 40s in the interior. So a cool one out there. A much warmer along the coastline when you get that onshore flow beginning. That southeast flow that brings the moisture in and moderates temperatures, and lower to middle 70s over most of the coastal bend tomorrow. Now, the upper level disturbance that brought the cold air this morning, now moving well away from us by the middle of the week. Another disturbance moves in, but notice it doesn't have time to build up enough moisture to give us rain. Instead, the rain on Wednesday evening will initiate just east of us in the coastal waters. Not to be outdone, another disturbance moves into range over the weekend, though, and we told you about this last night. It looks like a fairly decent opportunity for at least some isolated showers. It'll be Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening, and then it moves out. And then a nice happy ridge in the upper atmosphere settles over us, gives us a beautiful conclusion to the week. And by Monday of next week, we'll start to look at the next big storm, but that's a long ways off. Now, let's take a look at your precipitation anticipated for Saturday. Just a few hundredths of an inch here and there, very small amounts, a little more to the north and northeast, 1/4 of an inch or so there at Palacios. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're seeing one more time about that fog coming in the early morning hours. Now, notice 7, 8 a.m. down to less than a mile in places like Kingsville, Alice, back towards Freer, but then quickly dispersing after that. So looking pretty nice for most of the day tomorrow. Overnight, we're going to see temperatures down into the upper 40s, into the lower 70s tomorrow afternoon, and mid 70s to even upper 70s by Tuesday into Wednesday. Then that front comes in, and very cool coming up on your Thursday, a little warmer for your Christmas day, and then isolated showers coming up for your Saturday. Javier?